So just in case this is working beforehand, I'm trying to stream for the very first time on this channel. Looks like good. I apologize, these first 10-20 seconds are usually kind of boring, just while I make sure that everything's working, make sure the sound actually works. Quick. Cool. Alright, cool. Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Tristan. I'm from T.A.G Translations and Design. I'm also from OP Localization and Translations, and I'm also from SEO.ninja. It's a mouthful. Try putting all that on a business card. Okay, so we are now up to 4 subscribers. So we've seen a 33% increase since our last video, which is awesome. Who doesn't love that? And what we're going to do today is we are going to actually practice some of the stuff that I talked about in our last video, where we were talking about for keywords and how keywords work and things like that. So this is the blog post that I have about that particular video. So we're going to be talking about how all that works. And what I'm going to do in this live stream, and I think I'm going to start doing these live streams pretty regularly. I think about, it's 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and I think it's like GMT -6 or 7, something like that. Somewhere around there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a little live stream like this, and we're going to actually practice some stuff on how you guys can see, not just theory, but you can actually see it being practiced. I think that will be pretty neat. And it says one person's watching. It could just be the YouTube bots though, so I'll find out in a little bit. If you are a real person, go ahead and say something in the chat, just so I know. So this is the blog post that we're going to be working on, and you're going to need a couple of tools for this. Number 1 is a handy dandy Excel sheet. So I like doing it like this. You can freeze the top pane by coming over here to view, freeze panes, freeze top row. And so that way, as you scroll down, that top row will always stay there. That's really cool and handy. So I usually break this up into 4 different parts. We have our keyword that we're going to be looking at. We have the traffic, so how many searches it gets per month. We have how competitive the keyword is. And we also have whether or not there's a YouTube video keyword. And the reason that I like looking for YouTube stuff on here is because a lot of what I do is actually with YouTube, and so it makes it a lot easier. When there's another YouTube video already on page 1, I just have to beat that one YouTube video. I don't have to worry so much about trying to beat the other 9 people on those page 1 search results. That's why that's important for me. It may not be important for you guys, but just so you guys can see how I do it. So that is our Excel sheet. This will become invaluable to you. The other thing that we have is our blog post. I'm doing this in Weebly, but you can do the exact same thing with WordPress, with any of those other tools. There really isn't that big of a difference. And then finally, we're going to be using KWFinder, which we talked about in our last video. It's mostly free. Actually, I should put a link here. That link somewhere, so you guys can get it if you want it. See if I have it, and I'll hurry and put that in the description, guys. Don't hurry, I'm going to make that while this is going. And while I'm doing that, let me tell you really quickly why we're using KWFinder. KWFinder is a really, really handy tool for looking for keywords. Okay, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and it works really well. I am losing my voice. Here. And stick this in the description so you guys can find it if you want it. KWFinder. Boom. Alright, that should update in just a second. So it's a really handy tool because what it does is it will show us a whole bunch of information about the keywords that we are looking for. And it will show us related keywords, it will show us all kinds of really neat stuff. So in this particular video, I'm looking at I kind of have a general idea of 2 different keywords that I really want to. Ooh, what just happened there? It keeps going black. There are 2 keywords that I'm really interested in right now. One of them is just SEO for translators, and the other one I want to look at is keyword research for translators. I want to see if there's any traffic for them. I want to see if there's any organic views that I can get from that. So it'll be really easy. We're going to start SEO for translators. And we're going to hit enter. See what happens. All right, so here is our main keyword. Still loading here, you don't need that. All right, so here's what we have. We have SEOtranslator.com talking about it. So there's not really SEO translators training, kind of. Translation SEO. Okay, so there's not really anything specifically built for this, except for maybe mods.com down here, but that's because they're a ridiculously huge site and they just do SEO stuff. So, number one keyword is SEO for translator. Easy. Traffic, as we have no traffic. That means is that there's less than 10 views per month. Pretty sure I did that right. So the way that these work is they don't usually tell you exactly how many searches there are per month. It'll give you an average over the last 10 days, and then it will always round down to the lowest 10, like that. So like if this says 0, that means that there are 9 or fewer searches per month. Okay. So CPC is your cost per click, and your PPC is the pay-per-click advertising. So what these two things mean is this tells you how many people are paying for ad space for that keyword, and this tells you how much they're paying. So for example, with multilingual SEO, it's ranked as a 45 as far as difficulty in that campaign, and people are paying $15.02 per click. So, something to keep in mind. So we're going to come back over here. Our competition for this is 26. This number right here, that's ranked as an easy. And we want to see if there's any YouTube videos on page 1, and there is not. Hey, there's the open mic. We know that guy. So there is no YouTube. And we might add a notes bar over here. Open mic on page 1 must outrank immediately. I'm just kidding. Let me choose it. All right, so that's how that part works. So now that we have that main keyword that we're looking at, we kind of want to see if there's any other keywords, or if there are any other keywords that would be interesting for us. So here is SEO translation, multilingual SEO. And those don't really have a lot to do with what we're talking about, because this is talking about things specifically for SEOs and like that. And so it's not really geared for translators, and it doesn't look like translators. International SEO company and agency, global SEO, multilingual SEO, SEO language, website translation services, web SEO. This doesn't really have anything to do with what I'll say. SEO training for translators. Probably going to be another 0. Yep, another 0. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab this information here. That, because otherwise it'll come color. Traffic again is minus 10, less than 10. Competition's at 22. Do you have anything on YouTube? Nope. Looks like it's actually the same as we're looking at. So hit no. Now, one of the things that we would like to do, we can see that this guy right here has some pretty good rankings, right? So he's ranking number 1 for this. His site's not very strong. We can see that. Also, that's the way it goes. Okay, let's copy that real quick. I knew I was doing something wrong. Okay. So this guy's ranking for it, right? And it seems like you might know what he's doing. He's ranking for it. So we're going to come over here. We're going to pull up another tool. This is Ahrefs. And this tool is a bit more expensive. All right, let me move this over here, because this is a very expensive tool and I don't want people to figure out the password for it. I do it all like this. It's kind of all right. Cool. Sorry about that. All right, so we want to see what kind of keywords this guy's ranking for. So we're going to type in his web address right up here, specifically that page. And here we go. So for 2 keywords organically. Not super well. That's just this one page though. So what this does is it will go through and scan the entire website and look and see what kind of keywords it's actually ranking for. So he's ranking number 20 for WordFast, number 14 for SDL training, simplified technical English, WordFast, transit, NXT, proofreading courses in London, translator training. So maybe translator training could be a keyword. So what we're looking at here is we want to kind of see what keywords this guy's going after and see what we can do to see if there's any interesting ideas in here. So translator training sounds like an let's check that one out real quick. All right, so that one's a little bit better. Now we're looking at 170 searches a month, and it's ranked as a 20. So that's 40. Excuse me. So that's a little bit more difficult. Paste that over here. This one gets 170. It's a 40. Do we have any YouTube videos on the first page? Pros. Oh. Oop. So that one's not too bad. What else do we have over here on our keywords? We have things like medical interpreter, translation courses. That one could be interesting just because it has a lot more traffic than what we're looking for. I do it like this because otherwise it turns out pink. 480 ranked as a YouTube. No YouTube. All of that wrong. Try that again. 480, 45. All right, now let's see what else we have. Certificate, translation courses online. It's probably just for people looking for, to actually become a translator. That's not what we're trying to do. Translator schools. So right now it's kind of giving us suggestions based off of related keywords. If we want to just see which of these keywords gets the most traffic, we can do this. So translation services gets 9,900 searches a month. 6 interpreter jobs get 5,300 change. That one's significantly easier, but doesn't really have anything to do with what we're doing. And if somebody's already looked at these keywords, then you'll see that they come with these difficulty rankings already pulled up. So we can even do a search just by filter these just by their so I'm a translator online maybe. Now the thing about this and what you guys might be noticing is that a lot of these keywords don't really have a lot to do with our content, right? But what we're looking for is our ideas for other videos that we can potentially feature. Again, I don't really see any other keywords here that really strike my becoming a translator maybe. That could be good. It's possible. Possible's good. So we're gonna grab this one too. And so, like I said, even if we're not really going to be using these particular keywords, they'll give us an idea of what we can use in the future for other ideas or for other blog posts or videos or things like that. YouTube on this one. Looks like there's not a lot of content for translators on YouTube, which is too bad. Here. Work as a translator. Let's say something like finding work as a translator. Or maybe find translation work. Maybe we could try something like translation job 10. That we'd probably be able to rank for that pretty quick. It's not exactly a huge keyword. See it? It's 10 searches a month. It's ranked as a 25. No YouTube. Nope. Mike again. And that's actually his their site. Oh my. Alright, so just to have some fun, we're probably going to try and rank for these two keywords for this particular post and possibly for this video that we're doing. So real translator jobs, online translation jobs, possibly interpreter jobs. You can see there's a lot more options over here for these ones. Oh, are any of these getting any traffic though? For jobs, translator, I looked at that already. Translation jobs online. I think that one's going to be 2. It's 1600. It's ranked 1. YouTube. Alright, and as you can see, you can just kind of go through this forever. And how to become an interpreter, how to become a translator. You can see this is why I suggest that you guys get the paid seriously. Word right there. All I want. What did I do wrong? There we go. Alright, this is 41. No YouTube. Anyways, so that's right. This is the reason I suggest that you guys start out with the paid version of this tool, just because as you can see, we kind of go through a lot of these. I mean, right now we already have 10 keywords that we actually like, well, 9. And if you were doing this with the free account, then you probably would have gone through about 4 days worth of credit so far, even with the free ones. And so it's better to go ahead and just pay it at first, get all this information all at once, and then you can just kind of work with it. I think that's a so we're going to do one last thing here. Go back. This. Look for some easy keywords with high volume. Real translator jobs. That's really good. Real translator jobs. Online translation. Interpreter jobs. I'm just looking for one that has really, really high traffic. I think this will work. I kind of cheated. I already searched for these ones a few days ago. It's that. Got 1600. It's ranked as a 24. And there's a YouTube video. Ooh, okay, so we do have a YouTube. Yes. All right, let's find out what that YouTube video is. So we're not going to play the video just because we it's all right. It's affiliate stuff. Just keep that in mind. But we can see the video's been up for 4 years at 7,000 views. I can see what keywords they're using. This is another tool over here. This is called vidIQ, and it gives you a whole bunch of really neat information for when you're doing video stuff. So we'll get into this in some other videos a little bit later on, because I use YouTube for my everything. it's my main source for marketing myself, just because I think it's easier and it's faster, and I'm not patient enough for it. So we can see what keywords they're using right over here. So realtranslatorjobs.com, scam, to referring sites. So these are places where the video has been embedded, or backlinks, things like that. SEO score is okay. Not doing super good. It's not very popular either. They've probably earned about $12 off of this over the last 4 years. So yeah, it looks like all right. So interesting. Looks like somebody had a bad experience with realtranslatorjobs.com. Can't say I blame them. What we're going to do is we are going to grab this and we're going to use that for our title, because that's going to bring in some traffic. So we're going to do this. Find real by yourself. So why would we do that? Because here is our keyword. We want to make sure that is in the title. Real translator jobs. We should use a different one just because that one kind of. All right, let's go with online translator jobs. I don't want to be associated with that's how they're doing things wrong. Online. So. Okay, so this one's a little bit more competitive. Bad rep. So this one had, what was it, 3,000? This one gets 3,600. Ranked at 39. Having YouTube on here. Well, I think that one's a little bit better. Like, so that way we don't, we're not being involved or connected with anything that could potentially be a scam, because that is not who we are and what. So we're going to optimize this blog post. We have our video down here. We have our main keyword here in the title. This you to find online translation jobs through website and digital properties! Exclamation point. Alright, so something like that. Okay, so now this next bit of the process is going to be a little bit different depending on the platform that you're using. So for example, if you're in WordPress, then you would go, I think it's right underneath the title where you can change the URL. Here in Weebly, what we do is we come over here to post options, go to advanced, like that, online translation jobs, freelance translators, something like that. I like that better. Cool. Now what we need to do is write a short description. We want to make sure that we have our keyword in here as well. So we're going to say, one of the hardest parts of our work is finding online translator jobs, especially if you have little or no experience and you're just getting started. This video series will help. exclamation point. Okay, that's that. We're going to bring this over here, and we're actually going to add some of our categories in here. So we have translator marketing, translator training, game localization, and we're going to add a new category, online translation jobs. Boom. Cool. That way Google really knows that this particular blog post is about online translation jobs and translator. Okay, so that's all done. We also made sure that we used our keyword here in the text. So there it is right there. It's a relatively short article, and so we want to make sure that we're not overusing our keyword because that can actually hurt us more than it helps. This may actually be too much, but might give it a shot and see what happens. So this is all done. We're going to go ahead and post this. That's done. Let's take a look at the post itself. Cool. So now we're going to try and drive some traffic to this post because that initial engagement is going to be really, really helpful. So we do that by tweeting. And then we're going to add in our hashtag. So translator, translation, hashtag sell8, hashtag T9in, hashtag freelance. Cool. So just like that, go ahead and tweet that out. We're going to go ahead and share this on Facebook. That automatically shares it to my Facebook page. And where else can we paste this thing? So grab our link to Blogger. I'll go to Blogger. And so really the whole idea behind all of this is wrong. Oh wait. So like I said, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get many different sources of traffic to the site as possible. So if you don't have a Blogger page already set up, if you don't already have all these other tools, then maybe throw $5 at it in paid ads. Maybe try one of these other things out there. So I think do this real quick as well. I know this is kind of the boring part of it, but it just made it. It's running slow. As you can see, there's a lot more that we could have done here. We could have gone through a lot more keywords. All right, so I guess we're not going to do Blogger. Normally you can. You could also just go over to like you can go to like your Google Plus page, share it on Google Plus. So that's another option. Google Plus. So we're just going to do this real quick just so we can finish everything up. New blog post on, let's say, keyword research for translators and freelancers. Check it out. Happy face. Link. Tags. Say translator. X8 T9in L10in. And then we can Cool. Not all that's done. And so what this will do is it's going to start sending traffic over here to this post. Hopefully we'll start seeing some likes and things. And that is the basic process behind, creating these blog posts and optimizing them like that. And it's also kind of the whole idea behind doing the website in and of itself. Like, this is just one page of my entire website, right? But we could take all of these, and instead of doing just a single page, you can apply this to the entire website. You can do all kinds of neat stuff. But that's the basic process that I wanted. Like I said, this is my little blog right here. So, online translator jobs for freelance translators. And then the only other thing that you would want to do after this, if you guys have access to any tools like this, is you'd want to ping this with Google. Now, the way that I do that is I use a tool called Attracta. Quick. Find, here it is. We're just going to create and submit a sitemap, because now that the website has a new page on it, then we are going to create a new sitemap. We're going to send it off to Google and say, hey, look, there's new content on the website. Come check it out. And then they'll come and they'll scan it, and there. That will help us to rank a little better. So that's that part. And you can do this part for free. You'll need an account with HostGator. This is how I have access to it. And if you like, I can put a link that might just. There you go. HostGator like that. HTTP to some clickable. That way you don't have to copy paste anything. Sweet. All right. And that's how it's done. So like I said, that's the entire process start to finish. We already had the article kind of written out. We already had a YouTube video put together for it. But we went from researching our keywords. We started out with one simple keyword. We looked into some of our competition to see what kind of keywords they were ranking for. Got some ideas from it. Came back over here and refined our search. We then applied all that to the blog post itself. And then we did our social sharing. So this is all shared and everything else. And then we pinged Google. So I think that's pretty much the entire process step by step. So if you guys want to do that, then that's pretty much all you would need to do, at least at first. So after this, what you would want to do is you'd want to start looking for backlinks from other websites, especially websites that are related to translation. So one of the things that we can do, so let's do that real quick. Over here to Pros. And Pros actually has a really neat tool that you can do this with. Yeah, I know my account. This. Oh, available for Pros. Okay. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to come right over here to edit. Computer's just running slower. If they're running slower, what's going on here? But everything's running really slow. This is supposed to be a fast computer. Okay. All the way down to the bottom. Go like this. Grab this. Here. We're going to paste that. And then what we're going to do, we're actually going to copy this. It's a little bit easier. That. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do a backlink. Okay, this is really cool, really easy, and really important. So here's our link. That, and we're going to erase this link right here. That. All right, so this is now a backlink. And this right here shows what that backlink is going to say. So instead of saying click here or whatever, this one says pros. We want to change this to have a different anchor text. Anchor text is that highlighted part right there. We want this to be our keywords. So we're going to say online translator jobs. That. What we're going to do over here is we're going to say find your own freelance translators by reading this article. Happy face. Okay, so this part right here, everything right in there, that is all part of our HTML code that's actually going to be creating our backlink. And so the aref equals whatever, that's the actual link itself. And then this part right here is our anchor text. And like I said, the anchor text is just whatever it is you click on that takes you to the website. Okay. And it's helpful to have the anchor text be whatever keyword is that you're trying to rank for, or a similar keyword, because that's another signal to Google that this is whatever it is people are looking for when they're looking for this keyword. This post is about online translator jobs. You guys remember the video that we were talking about before? This one right here. We used the comparison of like a can of food. This is another label. This is like putting all the cans of food or all the cans of corn in one spot. That way, even if you don't have a lot of information about what's inside of it, then you still know, okay, these are all cans of corn. So it's probably going to be a can of corn too. That works. We'll get a little bit more into backlinks. I think that's actually the video I have planned for the week. So, work. I'm just going to come over here and save our file. It's done. I'm going to come back over here to my profile. All the way down. Where'd the link go? We may have to. This doesn't happen very often. That. I'm gonna cheat. I'll look for one that says hashtag. Oops. That's kind of weird. But not a huge deal either. Let's go ahead and save this again. That one. And there's the other one. We fixed it. Okay. So that was kind of a goofy thing that won't normally happen. What that is a conflict with the code that I used for this, which again is something else that we're going to be talking about in another video. So come back to that. But there it is. So here is our text. If you click on this, right back over here to it. And that's it. So now we have backlinks to it. We have all our social stuff going to it. That's pretty much everything that we can do at this point without, doing stuff that Google will frown upon. So I hope this video has been helpful. I'm sorry it's so long, but we did cover a lot of information. So again, we did our keyword research. We looked at some of our competition. We optimized our blog post. We did all the social sharing and everything else that we would normally need to do with it. And now we've also included a backlink to it. So this post should be doing pretty good. Oh, we also even pinged it in Google. So that part's done. We should be able to see this show up in our search engines relatively soon, hopefully. And to do that, I'm going to add it to a tool that I use over here. Let's do this. Go ahead and show you guys this too, since we're already here. So we need this. This is a expensive tool that I don't think most of you guys are going to want or need. But what this does is it keeps track of where you're ranking in in Google or Bing or anything like that for different keywords. We're going to do this first so I can give you guys an example. We're going to pick out 10 keywords off of Google, see if we're ranking for anything. Nope. Well, we are just. So we're going to come over here. We're going to keyword 1. As keywords. All right. There they are. What is Lily in French? We are ranking for what is Lily. But that is the basic process, and so now we have our keywords on here that we're going to be trying to rank for. Are these two right here? And we'll be checking up on this as we progress through training. Pretty neat. I'm gonna go ahead and end this because, like I said, my plan was only to do like a 20-minute video, and here we are at 41 minutes and 25 seconds. So if you guys do have any questions about anything that you've seen here on the video so far, or if there's anything that you would like me to clarify a little bit more, then please let me know, because that is what I am here to do. I want to help you guys to grow your businesses, to find more clients, find more customers, and things like that. Make more money, because I've been a translator for a long time. I was figuring out this morning, I have been translating and interpreting since the very beginning of 2007. I'm coming up on 10 years. It's kind of a long time. And I know how much it sucks sometimes, especially when you're sitting there waiting, hoping that somebody will find you, hoping that you'll find some sort of work, bidding with all these different agencies, bidding on pros, bidding everywhere else, because it seems like we're always bidding and everything else, and it sucks. And the nice thing about doing this is if you're able to find this traffic, if you're able to capture this traffic, get it onto your website, people are actually going to start asking you to do stuff. They're going to have you bid on things like this. But the thing is, what's different is that they're coming to you instead of you going to them. Okay? And so that gives you a position of authority. It gives you a position of control. It helps you to negotiate better. And when you get 10 of these things at once, and you can say, you know what, look, I've got 10 requests for today. I don't have time to do all of them, so whoever's going to pay me the most gets my time. Pay you more in order to get your time. This is how I went from being a 3-cent per word translator to a 30-cent per word translator. I think in my other video I said it was 7 to 25, but it went 3 to 30. So I mean, this stuff really does work, and not even that good of a translator. Like, I'm mediocre at best. The difference is that I'm able to get traffic, and this is how I do it. So now that I am retired from translation, I'm going to go ahead and share all my secrets, let you guys do that and have fun with it. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. If you are still here and watching this, I congratulate you, and I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Right now we're at 4 subscribers, I believe, and who knows, maybe we'll be able to get up to 5. So anyways, like I said, my name is Tristan from UtahSEO.Ninja, formerly T.A.G Translations and Design, and still kind of OP localization and translation. That's this one right here where we talk about video game localization. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Like I said, we're going to be going into more detail about backlinks in that. Stay tuned. I will see you guys later.